What a season it has been. Great games, great goals, and the ultimate prize secured. The title is heading back here for the 20th time. Liverpool have been top of the table undisturbed since November the 2nd, and since April 27th, they've been the champions of England once again. Today, they get their prize. That is, after one last match. It's the league winners versus FA Cup victors on the final day of the 2024-25 season. We've got full audio commentary right here from 4 p.m. And following that, the moment you've all been waiting for. Stay with us from full time as we'll have the Premier League trophy lift right here as well. Yeah, welcome to Anfield and to Matchday Live. Phil Thompson, Jay Spearing and Jason McAteer here with me today for the big event that is to come. But first, before we get the thoughts of the boys about what's in store this afternoon, let's bring you the details of Liverpool's team to face Crystal Palace here today. Liverpool lineup with Alisson Becker in goal. It'll be a back four of Conor Bradley, Ibu Konate, Virgil van Dijk and Andy Robertson. In midfield, Ryan Gravenberch, Dominic Szoboszlai and Curtis Jones, Mohamed Salah, Luis Diaz and Cody Gakpo as the front three. On the bench, Kelleher, Gomez, Endo, Nunez, Elliott, Jota, Tsimikas, Alexander-Arnold and Kwanzaa. Palace have gone strong today. The FA Cup final hero, Eberechi Eze, is back in, as is Jean-Philippe Metet. We'll bring the full team a little bit later in the show. We'll get to the game in a second, boys, but let's start with today. Tommy, you've been in this position so many times, 7 in total through your career. What is it like when you know you're getting your hands on that prize you've coveted for so long? Yeah,
I wasn't doing LFC TV back in the day, but it was, you know, it is quite different for me, but it is just wonderful. The final day is just special, particularly when you've won a trophy, you get the trophy, and I just think this is the most wonderful experience because we've waited so long. We're 5 years since we've been champions of England, but it's been 35 years since we've been able to celebrate, and you can feel that emotion just walking through the crowds, getting to the game. So yes, I've done it 7 times and it's been wonderful, but it's been in a completely different context. I never got to walk to the ground from the Stanley Park, walk through everybody to have that lovely experience. So it has been different for me.
What was that moment like the first time you did it, when you were able to lift that trophy, especially, or even the first time you did it as skipper, to be able to do that and lift it up in front of these supporters?
Well, skipper was obviously you're more experienced then, Mark, which was the most wonderful feeling. Being a Liverpool fan, being able to give the old First Division trophy was special. But back in 1972-73, to win that as my first one of being 18, 19 years of age, winning your first league title was just wonderful, and winning your UEFA Cup at the same time. So, to me, each one of them has a different feeling. So it's absolutely fantastic. I know Jay's probably thinking, how many? But it's...
I was actually, Tom. I'd run out of fingers and toes. I was adding them up.
Jay and Jason both are looking at each other as you reeled off.
Where do we go? I wasn't born with his first one. No.
I could see Jay looking at Jason, and Jason was looking at him. No,
hey, we'll see in between here.
It's Liverpool Football Club, and we do it differently than anybody else winning the league. You know, it's seeing Manchester City doing it for 4 years on the run was quite extraordinary. And they celebrated in their way. We do it the Liverpool way, and that's why it's going to be completely different and completely unique.
You've been a part of the recent squads, and you've also had your own time here when you're around, not part of very good teams that didn't quite do it. You know exactly what it's taken for this group to get to this stage.
Yeah, listen, the Premier League for anyone is the bread and butter. That's the one that you're working week in, week out to go and try and do. And you know, we've waited such a long time. And obviously, like Tomo said, it was 5 years ago since we last won it. You know, it was obviously done under the circumstances of obviously lockdown and stuff. So you know, the fans wasn't here to be able to experience it, to enjoy it, to be right in the mix with it. But I totally agree with Tomo. We do it in a completely different way, an incredible way, and a special way that no other club in the world ever does. the Tottenham game was an example of it. You know, the history of this club is about winning trophies, and I'm sure today will be an unbelievable occasion again, and thankful that we can all be a part of it.
Jason, we've done this.
I was wondering what you were going to ask me. Tomo, you've won everything in the game, and Jay, you're around the squad. What are you going to ask me?
Jason, you're just happy to be here.
Listen, it's a ticket. I've got in.
but you know, we've been doing this for so long now.
Yeah.
We've had these nearly moments. We never quite got to this stage. Then when it was one last time, we were denied the chance to do this here, to have it with the supporters when the trophy was lifted. This is a special occasion. It's something a little bit different. I think it will be incredible what we get at full time when that trophy goes up, when this group of fans get to see it lifted up here.
Yeah, of course it's different, because you touched on it there, the COVID win. There was no one in the stadium apart from the fans and a couple of the media and stuff. Sorry, the players and a couple of the media and stuff. The fans really missed out. So it is slightly different. You can feel the atmosphere building already, I mean, outside. But I was talking to Jan Molby, and Tomo could probably touch on this, obviously, because he won quite a lot. But he was saying when they won the trophy, it was given to them even though there was like 3 or 4 games probably left before the end of the season. So they got it actually when they won it. So it would have been like us getting it at Tottenham. He said, and on the last day of the season, they'd run out and the trophy would be on a little table in the middle of the centre circle, on a crown paints table, just sitting there like that. So it's obviously times have changed and things are so different. But today there's a lot of emotion in today. I don't know what it is, but it feels really emotional. The Tottenham game was unbelievable. There was tears shed and it was an amazing experience. But today, I think we've just been waiting for it and waiting for it and waiting for it. And here we are.
And you worried that was it going to be an anticlimax?
Yeah.
Because with the games that we've played and with the defeats, people are going, oh, you know, and I think people are fearing that it's took the edge off. I did, if I have to be honest, and I was thinking, I don't want it to be, I want it to be special. But as I said, just walking up today, you can feel it. Jay, you can feel it. Jay, you can feel it. It's got that same feeling as the Tottenham game. Yeah. And it's like, and we're seeing it's getting ready for the mosaics and everything. It is just going to be electric here today.
Yeah, it's one of those things, isn't it, Jay? You don't really know quite how it's going to feel until you step outside here, and that is the sense now when you're walking into the ground. It feels like it's a big occasion, and not just today, what it'll go into tomorrow with the parade to come. It's a big event across the whole weekend.
It's a 2-day celebration, isn't it, really? You know, I came over at 12:30 today, and trying to get over here was absolutely carnage. Walking up towards the stand, there was people outside on the streets all gathering together, enjoying themselves, having a good time. It was an unbelievable thing, and you don't see it very often. And I also believe that this club just does things in ways that you can never explain, or you can never anticipate what it's going to look like. Even a Spurs game, you know, you were looking forward to the atmosphere, but until it actually happens, you never know what the atmosphere is going to feel like. And same with today, of course, there's an excitement and everyone's buzzing to be here, but I can't quite tell you what it's going to be like, apart from it's going to be amazing. Do you know what I mean? And even the parade tomorrow, you know it's going to be amazing, but again, you'll go there and you'll think, wow, this is better than expected. And that's just how Liverpool do things. We do things special, and I think it's just a connection between the fans and the players and the staff, and that's what's special about this club.
I think it's nice as well that Crystal Palace are coming, having won the cup last week. It's kind of like a nice twist to the narrative, isn't it? I mean, it would have been interesting if it was Everton or Manchester United last day of the season, how it all would have played out. Yeah, it would have been slightly different, I think. But I think with Palace coming, it kind of ups the party mood, doesn't it? It's kind of the game's a bit irrelevant, isn't it?
All the Palace, you know, we'd have been playing Palace at any other time. They'd have probably given the tickets away or looking to sell them, but they want to be here.
They want to be here.
They want to have that sense of occasion. What sort of them for winning the FA Cup, and it has been a quite extraordinary season in that respect. But that feeling, they'll have that today. It feels like Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, one of your major birthdays in your life. It feels like that all rolled into one, because it's been that long. So the celebration awaits us all.
But that's it. It all kind of lends itself to a big party atmosphere. Both sets of supporters are so happy. We've already played Glad All Over once today for them. I'm sure it won't be the last time. Everyone here is in a great mood, and that doesn't often happen inside a football stadium. I guess from a Liverpool point of view, the only bump in the road we've had in recent weeks, take out the couple of defeats and the results, is the Trent situation. We don't quite know what reaction he's going to get here today, Jason. He is part of the squad, he will be part of the celebrations, whether he gets on or not. What is your feeling now that time has moved on a little bit since he got that negativity a few weeks ago?
It's a difficult situation to talk about because we all hold difference of opinions, don't we? I mean, we were at a dinner the other night, and you know, the audience was split. Jürgen was talking about it. The audience was split. You didn't quite know who was feeling what they thought. You know, I've got my own opinion, and you know, that's my own opinion. I don't have a problem with Trent leaving. I think it's different to Owen and McManaman, which he's getting compared to. I think it's different times. It's a different scenario. Yeah, he is from the city. There are things that relate to Owen and McManaman being from the city, being, you know, coming through an academy situation. There are the same principles, really, but in the main, it is different.
I don't feel like we should boo, and for the simple fact is that it's aimed at one player, and it's not just about one player. I've always believed it's a collective, and there's more players who don't need any negativity shown in these games, particularly today. So we have to think about the vast majority rather than an individual. So we shouldn't be. That's my opinion, but I'm not telling people you should take my word on that. These people pay hard-earned money. So, but I don't think it's right. But the fact of the matter is, it's all about the collective. It's all about the team. Gerard Houllier always said club comes first, and that's what everybody should think of.
I don't think it's right. What do you mean? What do you mean by I don't think it's right?
I don't think personally that they should boo. I don't think for 1 minute that anybody should boo, because it is not. And the one thing that Jürgen said the other night was, it's not us, and that isn't us. And no matter what people think, it's best to just be quiet. Don't sing a song, but don't boo, don't clap. Just don't, because you're taking it. We shouldn't even be talking about this. It's took it away from the other players.
And Liverpool, sorry, Liverpool, Keegan left, Robbie left, Dalglish left. We've all had players that have left the football club, and we've always just got on with it. You know, so Tomo's right. It's not us, and it shouldn't be a side story. We should just enjoy, you know, the whole story, which is us winning the league.
Yeah, I'm sure whatever happens after the final whistle, people remember the trophy above anything else. It is a special day for the club, and also for the McVeigh family. Mark and Joanne started the Owen McVeigh Foundation in 2015 after losing their son to leukemia. For over a decade now, they've worked tirelessly to create memorable experiences for families at Alder Hey Children's Hospital. Today, they'll have a special memory of their own, as they'll be bringing out the trophy at the end of the game. Beat is with them now.
Mark, no prizes for guessing what everybody wants their picture taken with today, prior to this fella slinging that trophy in the air a little bit later on. The brand new mural, of course, he plays that major part in what everybody's inside Anfield for today. And two people who are playing a major part in that as the community champions for Liverpool are Mark and Joe McVeigh of the Owen McVeigh Foundation, who will be presenting that trophy a little bit later, or walking that trophy out onto the pitch. What a moment.
Unbelievable. We're so excited about it, Peter. Really looking forward to it.
How did it happen? How did the phone call come?
Last Thursday, 5 to 4, Billy Hogan called while I was on my drive up to Alder Hey to pick Joanne up. And again, by about 2 minutes to 4, I was in floods of tears. Joanne got in the car and thought something was up, and it was just happy tears, and then we had a bit of a moment, telling her about what was going on.
What do you have to do, though, Joe? What is the responsibility today?
Oh, not drop the cup, not fall over, and to enjoy every moment. Just take it all in. Yeah. Enjoy every moment of this today.
Did the nerves on the rehearsal make the trophy feel a little bit heavier than it is, or does it weigh a ton?
No, the trophy is so heavy, really heavy and really tall. So Mark's going to take most of the weight.
Oh, that's okay. Well, that wasn't planned yesterday, but okay, I'll go with that, yeah.
It's brilliant, the legacy that you have over so many years of helping families. It goes on every day, and I've been reading the comments on social media. Everybody's so proud and so happy that you'll get this moment.
Yeah, that's lovely. We've even got kids here today with donors coming from Australia who are bringing children that we support in the city, so it's going to be a lovely moment for them to share this experience and see us represent a lot of people today. It's not lost on us, the pride that we're going to feel, that we represent a hell of a lot of Liverpool fans who maybe not even here anymore. A lot of thoughts that other people will be thinking today, and we're with them because they've been with us since day one and supporting the Owen McVeigh Foundation. The fans have been the driving force behind all of this, really.
And Owen's the driving force behind it as well. It's what you do it for, Joe. I know you like to stay in the background, but this is something he would have wanted you to do.
Yeah, this is for Owen today. Every moment, every minute for this is for Owen and Mark. I'm just so proud of you and what he's done. I'm proud of Owen.
Yeah.
that he's achieved all this. Yeah.
Now, Owen, for those people that don't know, you gave your tickets up for him. Now you've got it back again. You travel all around Europe. You've got that love back for Liverpool again.
Yeah, definitely. So Mark can't get rid of me now. It's easy to go with him. It's easy for you to take me. But yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. Love every minute of it. Love being a Liverpool fan.
And this is going to be a little boy in you as well, Mark, because I'm sure you grew up adoring Alan Hansen as Liverpool captain as well. He's going to play a big part in today.
Yeah.
It's all falling into place.
Yeah, I think I was 14 last time he lifted the trophy here, and I was definitely here. We had a nice moment because we met him about 6 weeks ago at one of our lunch clubs and that, so Alan's looking on form, so we're really looking forward to seeing him today. And I mean, to get to share the pitch with Virgil van Dijk and Alan Hansen, it's something really special, isn't it?
He's somebody that believes in what you do, the captain as well. Again, that falls into place, doesn't it? Two iconic captains and an organisation that he helps as much as he can.
Yeah, I think he's been with us for 6 years now, Virgil, helping with a hell of a lot of stuff like the kids' Christmas parties, our movie clubs. He's got really involved. I mean, even as much as picking the Christmas wrapping paper, you know, him and his wife have really invested the time and efforts in us. I'm really thankful for Virgil, but today is his big day. I'm just happy to be there to see him lift that trophy.
Well, listen, enjoy the day. I think you're in the posh rooms as well, aren't you, this afternoon? That's why they're dressed so wonderfully. Joe always is dressed wonderfully.
Thanks, Pete.
He's made a big effort today as well. Great to see that Mark and Joe are going to be playing that part and carrying that trophy out before Virgil gets his hands on it a little bit later on.
Thank you, Pete. I think at some point already all of you have sort of touched on the fact that the way we do things is a little bit different. The relationship that the club has with its supporters is a little bit different. And Jason, that kind of underlines it. The fact they're being brought into today's events to be part of the celebrations kind of says it all.
Yeah, it's genuine, unique, authentic, isn't it? It's different, and it's great the way that the club think, and that touches on what Tomo spoke about before. We do things differently, and it's them little things, the nice touches. Alan Hansen, who's had his problems with his health this year, it's a lovely touch when I found out he was bringing the trophy out. Lovely touch, him coming out with the trophy, very fitting, and it's nice that we actually think that way, isn't it, as a club?
It's lovely. Mark and Joanne, I know them personally, and for them to what they went through to do their charity and what they do for it, it's just been incredible. And when you see their flag, it always brings it back off to the match we go, taking your kid to watch Liverpool. It's quite emotional. You know, that there's lots of charities that needs to be championed by everybody, but our club every now and again brings something out, does something nice. Some of the videos that they do throughout the years to some of the kids who are disadvantaged, who they help out, is just phenomenal. It's what we do best.
Sorry, and again, touching on the dinner we were at the other night for the foundation, I mean, it could have been one of 50 charities that the club support and help out, and you know, it's great that they get the opportunity, but the amount of work that goes in behind the scenes, that, you know,
we see it. We're very fortunate. Actually, we see it on day in, day out. You know, the club do incredible things. You know, the gestures that they put out, the opportunities, the chances that they give. Obviously, you know, from all ages right the way through to come and visit the players, to see the players. The players realise how much it means as well, because you know they're all willing to go around and see people, and you know, if they can take part, like they said there, like the Virgil's a big part of that. It's a huge thing, and what a credit to Virgil as well for being part of that.
It also underlines the bigger point that football, it's about winning trophies, it's about winning games, but more than that, it's about the shared experience. It's about people and the extended family, and coming to the match with your kid or going with your family. That's what it's about, and what the club does into the community as an extension of that. It's kind of more important than the trophies. As much as we like them, it's what it does week in, week out that's essential.
Yeah, and it's like Jason said, the amount of work that goes on behind the scenes that like people don't see. You know, we see the videos, which are incredible. Again, like Tomo said, the videos, the pictures, you know, what the club do. We see all of it online, but the amount of work that goes behind and seeing the LFC community, the international schools, you know, the charities that go out from a day-to-day basis to go and support probably hundreds of charities that we might not be able to see all the time, and you know, to get to give airtime or space to see. I think it's an incredible thing.
Jay, do you know, Big Al collecting this trophy is a special moment. We could have somebody from the Premier League, somebody from the FA, and I was going to say some no marks, but I've just said it. No, exactly. No, but you could have had that. It wouldn't mean as much to Virgil to get it off one of them as it will to get it off Alan Hansen, one of the greatest players who plays exactly like Virgil van Dijk. Imagine the two of them together. So for Big Al to be presenting this moment, it represents all us ex-players, all the fans, everybody to do at our club. and once again, it's well thought out by our club.
It certainly is. Well, Alan's most regular centre-back partner of the 1980s was Mark Lawrenson. And Lauro is with Becky right now.
Yeah, thanks very much, Mark. No shortage of legends inside the corridors of Anfield this afternoon, and none more so than this guy. 5 league titles with Liverpool to his name. Mark Lawrenson, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm good. I'm very good, thank you. Looking forward to it.
Well, it's going to be another very special afternoon in the illustrious history of this wonderful football club.
Yeah. It's funny, isn't it? Because obviously all the hoo-ha and when they win them and all those kind of things, and you can only look back at your day, and we never had any of this. I would love to have had something like it, but it was like, here's your medal, see you in 6 weeks, and that was it. That was it.
You would have loved it, this kind of occasion, I'm sure.
I think we would all have loved it. Mind you, it would have lasted a week rather than probably an hour.
I mean, listen, in terms of the success that we've had this season, it's a day that few people would really have predicted when you look back at last summer, the transitional period, of course. I mean, you were part of a Liverpool side that experienced changes in the managerial department, and you still had that success on the pitch. So how tough a job is it that Arne Slot has done this campaign?
Well, if you consider, did we sign one player? I think that's it, wasn't it? The Italian boy. So apart from that, I think he got the job. He's obviously spent probably a month looking at all the fixtures from last year, looking at all the different ways that obviously Liverpool played under Klopp, etc., and thinking, you know what, I don't really have to do that much. But what he's done has been brilliant, because I think now when you look at Liverpool, the three in the middle, the 3 midfield players are all outstanding. I think that's why they've won the league. Yes, you can talk about everybody scoring goals, this, that and the other, but those 3 for me have been so important.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It feels like the club is in extremely safe hands. It feels like Arne Slot is just getting started with this side.
Well, it is, and obviously it would appear that we're probably going to get maybe 3, maybe even 4, maybe even 5 new players. So we're hoping if they all fit in, that's even better. And the rest of the team in the league are looking at us thinking, crikey, we couldn't beat you last year. Now you've got another 5 players. It's going to be really, really difficult. Hopefully that's the case.
Indeed. You know the feeling, obviously, when you're about to head out onto the pitch for the final time of the season as champions. I mean, the match and the result is the secondary thing that's going on here today. But still, the lads will want to sign off with a good performance?
Yeah, but honestly, Becky, a couple of the times in the 5 that I was lucky to win, I think we won the league 5 or 6 games before the end of the league. And no matter what you do, and everyone says, yeah, you're going to try, you're going to do this, you're going to do that, there is something there that actually doesn't really let you actually go full pelt. We didn't win a game. We never won a game.
And no one remembers that now.
No, they don't remember it, don't they? All they remember, obviously, is that you won the league. And certainly when we were away, I think we won somewhere at Notts County. And coming back, the bus was like a morgue. It was just like, well, we've kind of done that, which, which sounds ridiculous, but that's the way that it was.
I have to have finally a word for your former teammate, Alan Hansen, who, of course, will be giving the Premier League trophy to the current skipper, Virgil van Dijk, this afternoon. Alan was, of course, the last Liverpool captain to lift the title when there were fans, of course, in the stadium, because Jordan Henderson, of course, did not have that luxury. So in terms of him and the day, I'm sure an offer that he couldn't have refused.
Well, no, and also, I mean, everybody knows that he was seriously ill not that long ago. But you know he's all right now, because not only does he play golf, he carries his own bag, which is most unusual. So, yeah, no, it'll be a big day for him. Give it to Virgil, both very, very same players. But, yeah, he'll absolutely love it.
Well, listen, I know you're on hosting duties. We will let you get back to it. But enjoy the day.
I'd rather stay here and talk to you.
Oh, you can if you want. Should we just stay here, have a gab?
No.
No, he's off to earn a bit of cash in the lounges. Back to you, Mark.
Thank you. More Lauro, that's what I say. Alan is carrying his own clubs around the golf course. Good to see. Fighting fit again, but had a difficult time of it. Lovely to see him involved today. In terms of his place within this club's history, Tomo, part of one of the best centre-back pairings in its history. You're well placed to think. Obviously, you're in there, but
well, yeah. It's thanks for that.
Recovered well there, didn't he? Recovered well there, Mark.
Did recover well. Well, I'll just go for what Big Al says. It was his best centre-back partnership and that was Lotto. No, it wasn't. It was me. So it was lovely. We had a unique understanding. Big Al and myself. I found it quite extraordinary that Big Alan Hansen, who never said a word on the pitch, never opened his mouth. I'd have to tell him where it's going, what to do. And then he went on the BBC Match of the Day and told us all how it should be done. But that was Big Al. He's a special person, but he was a special player. And he was great, knew just the game inside out. Was such an elegant. I always said he was the best centre-back that I'd ever seen next to Bobby Moore. He was that good. And he'd glide past people as Virgil does. That's what I'm saying. To have them as a centre-back partnership would be quite extraordinary.
I think if you look at the history of football, champions have always had that partnership at centre-halves, haven't they? They've always had great partnerships. I mean, you go back, even the Arsenal team, you know, we would have been Tony Adams and Bold, wouldn't it? Fantastic centre-halves. Chelsea, John Terry was in there. And then you just keep going back through history. And it's always, even the keeper will play a part. That little triangle, that foundation, Bruce and Pallister. Yeah, thanks, Tom, for reminding me.
I just took it out.
Yeah, thank you, yeah. But they've always had that solid partnership, haven't they? And I think Liverpool were blessed, you know, with the likes of Tomo, Alan Hansen, Jockey, Gillespie. You throw all them names in. God, if only we'd had some of them in my team. Sorry, lads.
Throw your former teammates under the bus.
All right, you're doing your best today.
Little Babs up there raging now.
Babs, he was great.
John Scales.
Yeah, but anyway.
Move on.
Yeah, next question.
Right, okay, if you want passion and emotion today, then there is only one man you can turn to for your live audio commentary, and that is Steve Hunter. He's in the hot seat as ever. Stevie, today we lift the Premier League trophy. Are you ready to paint pictures with your words? I'm sure you are.
Thank you so much for your kind words, as always, amigo. How can I follow that? Good afternoon, everybody. To say we're excited with a capital E is an understatement, isn't it? This is going to be a truly special day. We will all remember for the rest of our lives. The great man, Jurgen Klopp, is back here today. The first time since the last day of last season. Can you believe that's gone that quick since Jurgen left in that game against Wolves? What an emotional day that was. What an emotional day today as well. Jurgen handing the baton to Arne Slot, who could create a bit of history himself if we could get the 3 points here today. Seems quite apt as well, we're playing Crystal Palace, doesn't it? Because when we won it in 2020, we beat Crystal Palace 4-0 at Anfield. We'll show you some of the goals here from that game. But you know what the big difference was in that particular game? It didn't feel that amazing because there was no fans in the ground. Football is nothing without fans. That's very much evident in Liverpool Football Club. The bond with the club and the supporters. We've been through so many incredible emotions together, both wonderful success, tragedy obviously, and we're all in it together. But that win over Crystal Palace, of course, and then that next night what followed with Manchester City failing to win at Chelsea, handed us the title. But as I say, it was special to win it, very special. But this time, the first time since 35 years, when the great man, jockey Alan Hansen, will come out onto that field like he did 35 years ago to hand over the baton to Virgil van Dijk. It's absolutely special. Football is nothing without fans. We saw that against Tottenham. We'll see that today. And Mark, one final thought from me. This is quite a unique day in Liverpool's history. On this day, we won the European Cup for the first time in 1977. Can you believe Istanbul 20 years ago today? And we lift another trophy today with the Premier League. It's a great hat-trick, isn't it? Mark, it's all yours.
Thank you, Steve. I expect tears, Steve, later on from you. I'll be very disappointed. I forgot to say earlier, happy Istanbul Day to everybody and everybody watching.
Can I just say, Mark, that guy, working with him, Steve Hunter, working with him is a most wonderful experience. And it is for him, just in words, every time, the passion. I just think, my goodness, I love my club. You love the club. You love the club. This fella's love is quite astonishing. And he's there with every game, the passion, the commitment. Nobody has a bad game. He's always got, if he says, oh, he could have done better, oh, but he's had great times and saved us. He's the most wonderful commentator for Liverpool Football Club. Bradders is not bad as well, by the way. But Steve is just wonderful with it, and I just want to say that today, because working with him so long, he doesn't get the credit off the likes of us for doing what he does best.
Lovely words, Tomo, lovely sentiment, and all part of a day that is filled with love and emotion. Everyone's so nice to each other.
I nearly went then.
I was going to say, it doesn't take much for Jason to go, honestly.
It doesn't take a lot, but I nearly went then.
Well, just a reminder that our Matchday Live loving continues all the way until kick-off here at LFC TV. If you aren't watching and are a subscriber and aren't watching at the moment, you can find out details of how to subscribe online at liverpoolfc.com/watch. Coming up in the rest of our pre-match show, we'll hear from Arne Slot ahead of the game. He's on his way very shortly. Just before kick-off, as you've heard, Stephen John Aldridge will guide you through all the action with a live audio commentary service. Then, after full-time, we'll be back down pitch side for the trophy presentation and all the match reaction. That post-match show will also be available to listen to in the Reaction podcast. That'll be up later this evening. And you can watch the full game on LFC TV from midnight tonight. And don't forget, we will have the whole Champions Parade live and exclusive across our platforms tomorrow from 1 p.m. If you can't make it into town, then you won't miss a second if you join us from our city centre location. We've got helicopters, drones, DJs, and so much to look forward to. Jam-packed, honestly. It'll be incredible. Okay, time for the manager's pre-match press conference now. And Arne Slot is expecting scenes to rival those that we saw at the Tottenham game.
Be a day that everybody is going to enjoy. It's been 35 years. Everybody is waiting for this moment, or everybody, but the Liverpool fans are waiting for this moment. And I think we've set the example against Tottenham. I don't think I've ever been part of I've ever seen celebration in a nicer way done than that day. Everybody, and that's what one of the two things that make me emotional is. One of them was how we arrived at the stadium when the fans were singing for us, and the second one is that I've met in the last few weeks multiple people telling me I'm going to Anfield now for all my life. But I've never felt a day what was more special than that one, Tottenham at home. So I am hoping that we can add a moment like this to it.
Arne, it's been a fabulous first season for you, and you've made the point that you inherited a wonderful squad from Jurgen Klopp. What is it that you have in your coaching toolbox that sort of enables elite players to get even better?
I can only tell you what I did, and I'm quite sure, I would say 99.9, but maybe even 100% that Jurgen did the same things. But if you are 8 or 9 years together and working for a long time together with the players, that's going to happen with me as well. Maybe at a certain moment, players get a little bit more used to the things you tell them. So we always, all managers, we try to inspire them to get the best out of them every 3 days to and the best, I mean, in work rate, in quality. And we always try to let the team play better together, and as a result of that, the individual looks much better. And every manager has his own way of doing these things. So I've said many times there are many similarities between the two of us, but it would be a completely surprise to me that if every team meeting of Jurgen and me were exactly the same, and the way we inspire and the way we do things. So it's maybe just a new face in front of them, not better, not worse, just new, that lifted them maybe a little bit, not a lot, because Mo, Virgil and Trent have been outstanding for this club for all these years Jurgen was here, and they've been outstanding this season as well.
Yeah, league title for Arne Slot in his first season as manager of the football club. He's actually got the best points per game record of any Liverpool manager in the first game, as well as the numbers underline. Kenny has more, but that was in a 42-game campaign. The numbers don't lie, it underlines the job that he has done. Jay, you're privileged, you're down at Axe on a regular basis, you see firsthand what he's done. What are the small things you think that he has done this campaign, this season, that have made the difference, that have got the team to be so consistent?
I think his messages on a daily basis, his messages have been exactly the same. He's not gone away from his philosophy and the way that he wants to do things. Straight from day one in pre-season, we were quite open to seeing what he wanted to do. He was very vocal on having meetings. He was able to pull out big players, young players, telling me what he wanted. I want this, I want that. There's certain rules that he expects on a daily basis in training and games. His training stays consistent throughout. You know, he's got Ruben, his fitness coach, that is very, very detailed in how he does things. You know, what he wants to do, the timings, what the session goes on for, how long it's on for, what players can do this, can do that. But as a manager, I think that he's brought a completely different way of playing, but also including a way that Jurgen had. Jurgen was very, like, you know, heavy metal, full throttle. He wants to go and press, win the ball back high, play in the opposition's half. I do see moments of that from the manager, but I think he's brought another side where he wants to control games, he wants to build, he's patient, he's trying to draw teams out to try and do them on the counter-attack. So he's brought a different way, but the biggest one for me, I think, is man management. I think he's took on a lot from Jurgen with his man manager. He makes the players believe in themselves. He makes them believe in the way that he wants to do things, and it's obviously shown with the way that he's ended up obviously winning the league the way that he has.
Have you seen him improve players as well? Do you see them first and you see them in training? Have you seen guys go to different levels this campaign?
Well, a big example for me would be Ryan Gravenberch. I think, you know, Ryan came off the back from a loan from, he was at Ajax, he was at Bayern Munich, he was questioned on, you know, is he able to come and play for Liverpool Football Club? We didn't know where his position was going to be. There was a lot of talk of bringing in number 6. Ryan took that position, and I think from the moment that he got it, the belief that he gave Ryan to play it, there's no surprise to me he's got Young Player of the Season. He's been absolutely outstanding. I think he's managed and he's built the game from back to front. He's connected our back 3 or back 4 at times to the midfield, to the strikers to go and serve. He's stopped counter-attacks, which people don't lot of see of. But I think, yeah, he's given the players a huge amount of confidence to go out. And even Mo with one where he's not really asking Mo to defend as much, because he knows that Ryan can go over and help the fullback. He's leaving Mo to be fit and ready and sharp for when we're attacking, to then go and maybe get the goals or the assists, is what he's done.
Yeah, we'll speak more about Mohamed Salah before the end of the programme. Pretty obvious given all the awards he's picking up on a daily basis just now. We look at the league table, Tom, it looks lovely to see us to the top. Nice golden champions thing usually across us as well. Will there be any part of the manager who thinks, oh, I wish we hadn't lost those last couple of games, we hadn't quite dipped, because we could have broke the 90-point mark again, we can't do that now? Or is that irrelevant? As long as you are champions, what tally you get does not matter?
See, I think it is. Jason and myself were just walking across and we were going, 97 and 98 points. We didn't get anything. You get nothing for finishing second. So having that amount of points. So for us to be going now and pushing, making sure that we win those games, to get, no, we are champions. And you know, you do it. The boss was in Ibiza. The players were all in Dubai. That's not a problem. They've done their business for us for the whole of the season. I'm not going to be telling them now that they shouldn't be celebrating the way they do. We're all different. We all celebrate in a different way. It has been a quite incredible story. But to come back to what Arne did and what those early games, if you remember with Liverpool, it was very, very slow. And there was some games here at Anfield, you could hear a pin drop and people were going, this is, but we won the games. We scored goals at vital times when it was getting quiet. Everything went in Arne's favour to deliver this different brand of football, and it works, and now we're all delighted.
I actually don't think he will be happy about the way the last 3 games have gone. The professional side to him, and having spoken to him a couple of times, I don't think it won't annoy him, but he just won't be happy with it. That's just him, I think, as a character. But I think he gets it. Like Tomo said, you know, we're over the line. He understands that our circumstances around the games, he's let them celebrate, he's let them have a bit of time off. So he understands they're not going to be at, 100% as he wants them. So, you know, you've got to take that into account. But I just think the job he's done is phenomenal. I mean, there's a narrative around this season that it's not been the greatest Premier League season. The opposition has not been as great. I totally disagree. I think every team on their day can beat anyone in this league. You know, Bournemouth can come here and cause lots of problems, as well as Newcastle, Arsenal and everybody else. Maybe the bottom 3, that might be a little bit different. But I think we've gone away from the Guardiola kind of influence. I think there's a lot more managers with different ideas, different tactics, shape up the teams differently. I think there's a lot more problems and solutions to be found. And I think to come in to your first season where you've never managed in the Premier League, all right, it was left in a healthy position, but you still got to win it. You still got to put a team out and compete against teams week in, week out and find solutions home and away, I think it's remarkable. I don't think anything should be taken away from his achievement.
Okay, well, as the players begin their warm-up, let's go back outside. It's a day for the fans as much as the players, and Pete's been getting a feel for the atmosphere.
Keith's here with his kids. Have you told them what's going to happen today?
Oh, it's going to be magic. They've seen us. He was at Jurgen's last game last year. Oh, she's not brand new to it.
Have you seen the dad cry?
No.
He might do today, mightn't he?
They've seen me very happy a good few times.
How happy are you with this Liverpool setup now?
Oh, we're brilliant. It's just what Jurgen's done and what we're going to carry on doing under Arnie. It's just amazing.
Yeah. What about you, mate? You've got your daughters here today. What does it mean as a dad to be able to show the next generation what's happening?
It's unbelievable. We didn't have as kids this. Obviously we had Istanbul, but to bring these for them to see it, and they can see greatness, can't they? Do you know what I mean? It's brilliant. It really is good.
Rez has come all the way from San Diego.
You know it. Feeling great. Best place in the world. Where else can you be if you're a Liverpool fan?
Third time here today. How's this going to compare to the other two?
Well, first two were Champions League, but winning the 20th title and tying United.
Yeah.
Next year we'll get 21.
How many more friends have you made today?
Oh, God. Everyone is. I mean, when you're in Liverpool family worldwide. I was out last night. I met people from Austria, Malta, Czech Republic. It's a worldwide family.
Are you an emotional man?
Very much.
What's today going to be like?
Today, when we lift that trophy, the tears are going to roll. I'm already getting emotional.
Come here.
Thanks, brother.
Is this the best you've ever seen of
obviously.
Liverpool?
Obviously, it's the best I've ever seen. First time down here, actually. And I can't wait to see the bus and see all the players.
Yeah, I used to live here and I left 34 years ago.
What did you leave for?
I got married to a forces guy. And this is the first time I've been able to come back in those 34 years and see something like this. And my whole body's tingling with excitement for it.
Mark, I'm with Rowan here, who's travelled all the way over from Mauritius, and his banner. We've got some little helpers down here that are sorting this out for me. It's Mother's Day in Mauritius.
Yeah.
And you've left your mum for the first time in 30 years to be here today.
Yeah, actually, I've traveled 10,000 kilometers from Mauritius to here. And luckily, only today, this morning, I've got the chance from my friend Ruben, who lives here, who got me tickets. So I will be inside the stadium to watch the final game of Crystal Palace. And I feel so lucky and grateful for my parents, my friends, family. And I hope it will be a great match and a huge atmosphere. So I just wanted to say my mom, I love her so much, and it's so difficult to be hot and difficult to be far from her, but I hope that she loves the message that I've brought to Anfield to wish her a happy Mother's Day. And to all the mothers around the world.
You love Liverpool more than your mum.
No, I want to.
Is it too late to run a poll on the channel? Would you biff off your mum on Mother's Day to watch Liverpool lift the Premier League trophy? I think most people would.
That's a question, isn't it?
I'd say yes, sorry.
Yeah,
sorry, man.
Yeah, sorry, Mum. Sorry, Mum. It's got to happen. What you see outside, Jason, it's just what it means to people, the lengths people have gone to be here, but also how far the fan base stretches. You know, people local, down the road, people who've come 10,000 kilometres to be here as well. It's an international event. The love for this club extends beyond an L postcode.
Listen, the world, or the game certainly, has grown in such a massive way globally because of broadcasting rights. You know, I was talking to someone the other day, broadcasting revenue's gone bigger now than domestic revenue created, so that just tells you about the growth of the game and the appetite, you know, that people want to see things for the Premier League. So, and plus the world's got smaller, Mark. You know, you can jump on a plane from Mauritius and get here for the game. You can do it. 25 years ago it was a lot more difficult, a lot more expensive. So yeah, in that respect as well, you know, this ticket now, you could probably sell out 20 million times over, couldn't you, this stadium? It's just everybody wants this ticket. But I think as well, I think it's the memories that it creates and just being with the people that you want to be with, your friends and your family. I mean, Phil Reed's gone and done it again for Liverpool TV. That video he's made, have you seen it? Oh, I was in tears. He's done it again, but that epitomises what it's all about. Sharing these memories with your mates and your family and your dad.
I'm seeing in the bottom corner of the Kop where they're all gathering the flags. There's people meeting each other and they're all between 20 and 30 years of age. They're seeing each other and it's as though they haven't seen them for sort of 5 years. They're hugging each other, they're just, and it's a big occasion in itself just to be here because they've never witnessed it. So the guys are all down there, we're looking right across and I'm going, look at those boys. they're hugging each other, the mates who've probably stood with each other for the last sort of couple of years, and now they've got the opportunity to do what we do best and celebrate a fantastic title win.
It underlines the facts, kind of what we missed out last time, doesn't it, Jay? You know, you go back to 2020, we didn't have fans inside, we didn't get the opportunity to have this experience together. Yes, it was great to win it. Yes, some of us were here. Yes, we watched it from afar. But to be inside this time will make it. You can't even put a figure on how much better it will make it.
You can't. I don't think you can. But as fans, it's an unbelievable occasion. You're desperate to be here. The lucky ones who are in the stadium will remember for the rest of their lives. You know, parents, dads and mums are bringing kids, and granddads are bringing. The generations that are going to be here today. They'll long live in the memory. For players there that you see on the VT there, it's an unbelievable occasion for them, but as players you want nothing more than to do it in front of your own family with the fans in the stadium. These players, wherever they may go or whatever they may do for the rest of their lives, they could show the video or the VTs that are coming at the end of today and be like, listen, that was me, I was part of that, and it'll live longer in the history, and what an unbelievable occasion to be part of.
Yeah. COVID taught us a lot about celebrating and being in the right place and celebrating with family and all that. Don't take it for granted. It changed the world and the way we think, the mindset, didn't it? And when you get the opportunity, listen, we might never do this again. There's no guarantee in sport that you'd ever do this again. So I think from a COVID point of view, I think it taught us that when it comes around, you've got to grab it.
Steve Hunter was saying about the fans, how the game is nothing without fans. That illustrated it. COVID illustrated how we missed the people in stadiums and what it's all about. Because when you get this, it's fantastic. I thought the Premier League did it great when we raised it with all the fireworks, the backdrop. It didn't look as though it was an empty cup. So they did it well. But it was still that thing deep down, here in the heart. It's not us. We do this better than anybody. Man City win it 4 times, never had a celebration like we will have today and tomorrow. And it's just absolutely incredible what Spurs did yesterday. It will never experience what we experience.
No, it promises to be a pretty special occasion today, and of course tomorrow when we parade that trophy around the city once again. Well, today is the first time ever that the Premier League winners have met the FA Cup winners after the trophies have been won. And this final game of the season will also be the first game of next season, when the sides meet at Wembley for the Community Shield on the weekend of August 9th. Here's the history-making Crystal Palace boss, Oliver Glasner.
Forward to this game, I think it's when the league winner meets the FA Cup winner. Is a great ending of the season, and also big congratulations to Liverpool and Arne Slot for a really amazing season and well-deserved title. And so it will be a great atmosphere at Anfield.
And since the Wolves game, I believe you've been to Ibiza with the coaches, is that right?
Oh, the whole staff, yes. So we're a group more than 30. And also when we're always talking about the environment and we're talking about the spirit at the training ground, it's not the grass, it's not the building, it's the people make the environment, the people make the mood. And so we're really doing such an amazing job, and this was just a small kind of appreciation, going there, enjoying the time together, have a lovely time together, and then go back and work again.
Did you go clubbing? Did you go clubbing in Ibiza? It's famous.
What happened in Ibiza stays in Ibiza.
Might also be the first game in Premier League history in which both managers have been to Ibiza in the lead up to it. Quite incredible. But that's what you can do when you win the big trophies. Let's give you the full Palace team, and we touched on some of the changes at the top of the show. This is how they line up for this final match of this Premier League season. Dean Henderson is in goal. He'll captain the side today. 3 at the back, as always. Jefferson Lerma, Max Lacroix, who's been excellent this campaign, and Chris Richards will be the 3 centre-halves. Daniel Muniz, the Colombian, will play off the right. Tyreek Mitchell off the left. Will Hughes and Daichi Kamada as the 2 in the centre of the park. Ismail Assar off one flank, Ebere Eze off the other. Jean-Philippe Mateta returns to lead the line. On the bench, it's Turner, the sub-goalkeeper, then Ward, Nketiah, Franca, Issa, De Venere and Kfora. What a job Oliver Glasner has done. And Jason, I think Palace really to be commended for the way they supported their manager at the start of the season. They didn't win in the Premier League until October the 27th, but they knew they had a good manager. They could see beyond the results, see the performances, see what he could do, see what he did at the end of last season, and they stayed with him, and they got the rewards for it.
Yeah, they had a good finish, didn't they? The end of last season, and I think everyone expected them to hit the ground running coming into the new season. It wasn't a great pre-season, and as you mentioned, their start was really slow, and then as everyone panics and they sort of languish on that bottom three, what do we do? Do we pull the chute? Do we get a new manager in? But they stuck with him, and again, Palace are one of them clubs where they lose their big players, don't they? Zaha goes season before, and then Elise goes to Bayern Munich. So it is difficult when you're losing that quality, but they stuck with him, and then they get the rewards, don't they? And I think if you just look at the last 17 games, only 2 defeats, but the FA Cup, I mean, that's going to cement him as one of probably the greatest managers they've had, haven't they? It's just a remarkable achievement to beat Manchester City. Okay, albeit not a great Manchester City team, but you've still got to beat them. And they've come here. It's a party atmosphere. The game's like irrelevant, really, isn't it? I don't even know what to say about the game.
But they can still change position in the league. They're 12th at the moment. They can still move up a few places depending on the results. Are they bothered? In answer, probably not.
I know there's the money at stake.
There's what is it, 1.5 million, I think, just for each position.
The FA Cup would have covered that,
That would
wouldn't
have covered that.
Yeah, but it's a lot of money.
But they've probably been enjoying themselves like we have, at the back of the FA Cup. But no, listen, it's in a good atmosphere for both sets of fans.
Yeah.
You probably don't get both sets of fans home and away coming to enjoy themselves. And obviously sometimes you go to a game thinking, are we going to win, are we going to lose? I think both sets of fans have come here today just to celebrate. And I think, they've won the FA Cup, we've won the Premier League, and it's just a good atmosphere all the way around, I believe, today.
Actually, we were talking, no. I was just thinking what Jay said, because I thought it would be a class act. If they give us a guard of honour, which they will do, is that we do it, march past them and then do it. Jason said that he thinks that that's already arranged.
I don't think there is going to be a guard of honour both ways round.
That's class from us to be able to do that, and I think it'll help with the carnival atmosphere.
In terms of players for them, you said, Jason, they lose some of their players. Aberrez is one they've managed to keep. He's been their star man. He was the hero in the cup final, been the most consistent player. 14 goals this season. No, Eze.
Mateta as well. Another one,
but Eze, we'll get to him.
Well, he scored 14, didn't he?
Don't
you done your stats right?
You want an interview, Mark?
Don't spoil the show of love, right? Don't make me have to get you dragged off and replaced.
I love you. You know I do.
Plenty of but Eze's been the talisman. He's been the man who makes it happen and has gone to a different level this season and is the danger today.
Yeah, I think if you look back a couple of seasons when you got Zaha, Elise and Eze, they would have thought that you'd go, ooh, and then one by one they've gone, and it makes you think, is he the next one out? And, is he going to be able to cope without Elise and Zaha and stuff? And, he's come to the forefront, he's come into his own, and it wouldn't surprise me if someone has a gap. He's not even a gambler, I don't think, is it?
But it also concerns me, why hasn't anyone gone for him just yet? And then people like you say, the Zahas, the Elise, why have they gone and why has he not gone?
But Elise and Eze were good players. They've become better players since Zaha's gone. And Elise's gone.
Eze's got better since Elise's gone.
It's because it brings them out. Sometimes they're in the shadow a lot. And now, especially if you're of good sort, you can sort of express yourself a lot better. Elise did do when Zaha was gone. I think Zaha had too much of a hold on that football club. It was like all about him. And these boys were good players. This boy can be a world beater. I'm not just saying a match winner. He can be a world beater when he wants to be Eze. He is absolutely fantastic. But sometimes it depends. The bigger the game, he wants to play. Some of the lesser games, it's like, which side of bed did he get out of?
They're not a one-trick pony, though. They're a good team. They are a very good team. I think Wharton's a great player. And then you've got Mateta, who's chipped in with 14 goals. You've got Muniz. If you look around, they're a good, solid, organised squad. And with the manager, the way he is,
Mateta's the best example, I think, in terms of the impact of the manager. 11 Premier League goals for Mateta before the manager came in. 27 goals since in less or around about half the time. So that's the impact he's made on one player.
And it works on the on the man management of the player, though, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? So, like, we talked about, like, how's Arne Slot come in and, like, give the players the confidence to do what they're doing. It's exactly the same for their manager. He's come in, he's obviously with Mateta, and he's obviously either put an arm around him and said, listen, you're my number 9, I'm going to trust you, you're going to play every week, you're going to be the main person. He's probably gone, all right, cool, made him feel $1 million, he scored goals. And, you know, it's that man management of making players feel as if they're the greatest player ever. And listen, he's repaid the favour by all the goals.
Speaking of the greatest...
Set pieces as well.
Yellow card.
Was that where you were going?
Yellow card has to be done. Speaking of the greatest players ever, on Thursday night, Mohamed Salah was presented with his Football Writers Player of the Year award. And it's fair to say he's pretty chuffed with how this season has gone.
Mo Salah, he starts his 8th season at Liverpool. Last season scored 25 goals in all competitions, and he's the main man for the Reds again this season. Pop in! Yeah! Look at the white shirts coming here, Salah! Nunez, Salah, goal! Liverpool's tails are up. Salah! Udogie in his way, Salah's beaten him! He just had to score today!
It means a lot to me, to be fair, to win it, especially helping the team to win the big trophy. I think that's the first time in my career winning it with a trophy, with a big trophy, so that's why that's so special.
Yeah. I think you know this, but you're only the second player to win it 3 times.
Yeah, I know this. About this one, I know, yeah.
Yeah. Tell us why you know, tell us how you know, and I think there's a nice little story behind it, isn't there?
Yeah, but no, just because I always like to motivate myself, and I always try to find things to just drive me through this during the season. And always individual award is important to me, but the most important thing, and I think people see, is that when we win the Premier League, I think that's my best moment in a club. But also, I believe, like, if I'm not having that incredible season, it will be tough always to win something. So I'm always trying to be in shape, mentally and physically, to help the team to win the trophy. My first season was probably had more goals than that, but assists wasn't the same. So for me, this one is way more special because when it comes with the Premier League, so it's always so special when the team wins something. And you have also incredible season and incredible impact in the team. That's nothing can match that. I had incredible years with Jurgen and now, and yeah, I can't just put it in one sentence. But my journey here was incredible. When we win the other trophies, I wasn't involved like now. I had my numbers all. I don't want to sound arrogant, but my numbers always the highest in the team. But this one was so special because the numbers is really, really high than anyone probably in the Premier League. So that's why for me this one is always gonna be special. This Premier League, coming back from the holiday, and just like all I think about is winning the Premier League with the club and make the club win the Premier League. And I think I had that conversation with the manager. I told him, I was very honest with him. I told him, like, with me, you're gonna win the Premier League, but I have to feel really comfortable with the way we play. And he was very honest, and we had a few honest conversations. And he told me, okay, I will get the best out of you, then I will put you in a situation that you're very comfy, but I need you to provide numbers. So yeah, I did that so well, and yeah, in the end we win the Premier League. So that's why it's so special, because you come in with that ambition with the new manager, and you just wanna win it, you wanna make it happen. But I think I would be honest with you, I didn't even dream to have that great season, like scoring every game, assist every game, and breaking all the record. It's incredible.
What was it that made it so special to win the Premier League rather than the Champions League or anything else like that?
Because I know how much it meant to the city.
Yeah.
And I also, when it's a new era, if we can say that, and it just like I want to prove that I'm still doing it now, with a different coach, with the different players. I just wanted to show that I am still able to do it. And I think I had a couple of conversations with Virgil and Robbo and Ali. Just like they know how much it meant to me, and Trent as well, because it's like just I showed everybody that I could do it without any other player or a manager in the past. We all, not just myself, but I'm just talking about myself now. So yeah, it means a lot.
Did you know straight from the off that this had potential to be an incredible season for the, particularly, you know, it's a new manager. It doesn't always work as quickly as this.
No, I didn't know from the beginning, but after a few games, I start to feel the manager philosophy, and you start to see that how smart he is, how much he work, and like how much he wanted. That's start to realize that in the preseason, it's just like give you, yeah, he worked very hard, and also we were missing a few players in the beginning of the season, so I was the only one senior group there in training early. We had a young players, but then season goes on and you just see how smart he is and into details as well. You see, that could be a special season.
Your relationship with the Liverpool fans is so special. That picture, I love that selfie picture.
Because they know like how much I love the city, how much I love the club. Since I came here, I give them everything, every game. Every time I step in the field, so they know how much that means to me, and that's why it's so special.
No, we're so pleased that you've signed for another 2 years. What are your dreams and expectations for the next 2 years?
Just win the Premier League again and Champions League.
Okay, one legend there in Mohamed Salah. We'll get back to him in a second, but let's go and focus on another legend. George Sefton, announcer here at Anfield since 1971, is stepping down after today. He's being presented with a special gift, pitch side at the moment, by Sir Kenny Dalglish. Yeah, what an occasion for George. Quite right that he is to be given this moment, given his moment in the sun. Yeah, 1971, Tom. I have not known a time coming to Anfield and not hearing his voice ring out from the public address system.
It's been one of those people, well, I was going to say one of those faces, but nobody ever seen his face, not too many people. But I've known George for years, who've been at a lot of functions with George, and he has become a bit of a legend in his own right. Yes, the voice of Anfield, but this guy has been synonymous with so many victories, so many celebrations. And the people just up there think that he picks these songs. You have to make sure you get the right songs on at the right time, particularly for celebrations like today. Is there anybody I've missed out?
No.
But his involvement, his voice, is another part of the whole Anfield experience, Jason. It's just another part of coming here for so many people, generations of people.
It's part of the furniture, isn't it? He used to sit up there and name our names as we ran out. You know, you'd run out, he'd say your name. It's synonymous with Liverpool Football Club, part of the furniture. It's sad to see him go. But it's nice. Fitting he's gone as we've won the title. Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a place that remembers people who've made a big impact. George has made a big impact. That man made a pretty big impact as well. Jurgen Klopp in attendance this afternoon, as Steve alluded to earlier. He is back in the city to celebrate the achievements of the man who he passed the baton to. Let's just bring it back to football for a second, Jay. We were speaking earlier about the way some players have developed and improved. We heard from Mohamed Salah there. He has found new levels this season. You've seen firsthand what he's done. What have you made of the way in which he's evolved his performances yet again this campaign?
I've chased him in a lot of his shooting drills as well, so I've seen him quite hand up. But listen, he's an extraordinary player for me. He's the ultimate professional. He's first in the gym, last out. He grabs everybody else to make the standards on a day-to-day basis. He walks around in a vest. You know, everyone's seen his body. I'm sure he's all right to do that himself. But he's incredible. He just keeps batting the numbers. People question, could he do it year after year after year? He's done it. He's let the football do the talking. But I think a little bit different for me this year, that I believe that he started to look at like what the other players can do around him. You know, he wants the assists as much as the goals. I know he wants the goals like any striker does, but he's looking to help his teammates more. You know, can I help them with the goals? Can I assist better? Can I do this? And he's learning about each individual to try and assist them and help them as well. And I think that shows what the class actor he is.
Tomo, 3 times now the Football Writers Player of the Year. 7 years between his first one and his most recent one. So that longevity as well, and doing it with another group of players effectively to a degree. He's playing with a different forward line. Gone are the days of Mane and Firmino being alongside him.
And that was great. Mo loved those guys. But to evolve before our very eyes and to see those numbers, as we're listening to that interview with Mo, you can see the delight on his face, and he still says it's a team thing, and which you should do. But when he's flagging up numbers consistently the way that he's done, and now that's the reason why he gets his contract, by the way, him and Virgil, is because they don't miss football matches. It's quite easy to look at them and give them an extra 2 years at their age, because as Jay says, he's super fit. So it's no surprise to me that he keeps on stacking these numbers up, as he calls them, which is astonishing.
Astonishing numbers. You would not bet against him doing something similar next season. But today is about the culmination of this season, Jason, and what we're starting to see around us. When you look at the Kop now, when you see the flags, you see the banners, you get a sense today is something special.
To be honest, Mark, I know Tomo was talking, it's a bit difficult now because everything's just cranked up a notch, hasn't it? And I was watching the fans, it's filled out now, everyone's ready for it. This is the start now. This is, you can really feel it. It's amazing, it's amazing.
Yeah, it is going to be quite special, Jay. The Kop is cranking up its voice. It's party mode.
I'm about to go sit in that in a minute and I'm absolutely buzzing. I can't wait. So, listen, it's an unbelievable atmosphere. The fans are loving it. Everyone's going to have a good time. It's going to be an unbelievable game. Hopefully it's going to be an actual good game. Get a few goals, but then listen, it's all about after the match and then moving on to the parade.
Jay, honestly, you look at that flag, the team that plays the Liverpool way and wins the championship in May, that must have took thousands of pounds. It's why we say at the very start that we are unique.
We certainly are. Well, we are out of time on our build-up, and after we'll be back from full time with the trophy presentation. Steve Hunter and Aldo are with you in a few minutes to guide you through all the action with their live audio commentary. To take you there is a little something that we've thrown together.
The league title was the one. That was the one we were always searching for. And that's the emotion you can see in that picture.
It was a moment I'll never forget for the rest of my life. And I've got that picture to look back on.
My name's Lawrence O'Connor. Been going to match a long time. Liverpool means to me the friends, camaraderie, occasions, times.
I'm Corey O'Connor, and Liverpool FC means to me something more than words can describe. It's kind of your whole life.
I'm honest, would I go to match if it was just me every week on my own? Probably not.
Football's the excuse, the people are the reason, and the players are what give you the special moments, but they are